Okay, good evening and welcome. This is Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG, for Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. This is week 1491 that AREG has been on the air once a week. And my name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton below the escarpment. This informal simplex net, originally founded by John Sims, VE3JSU, is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending at 10 p.m. local time, here on 146.430. And while this is a simplex net, it is likely that not everyone will be able to hear everyone else, and this should not discourage you from participating, and it may even encourage some of you to improve your station. And also keeping in mind that relaying communication has a long history in amateur radio, and so we encourage the practice to ask for a relay when a station is unable to hear the other party or to pass on a message. And we ask that you please try and leave a 2-second delay between transmissions to allow other stations to break in. May I now have check ins for this evening's AREG? Okay, this is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. It's currently 15.7 degrees outside the CJZ studio here in the east end of Hamilton. Do we have any check ins for this evening's AREG?
Victor Echo 3, Romeo Whiskey Juliet.
Hey, there we go. Good evening, Chris. We've got our first customer. How are you, Chris?
Hey, we're doing good, Chuck. I was going to say good signal, but my local interference source that starts up at 7:35 every evening is on, so still haven't tracked that down yet. But it's something on a timer in the neighborhood, and it messes things up on 2 meters. So anyway, we can hear you over it, and thanks for doing the net. That's about it from here, really. I'm going to just listen. So I'll be here, but don't try calling me on the other rounds because I'll be, I'll just be listening. I'm shy. V3RWJ.
Okay, Chris. Well, listen, I want to try something. I'm going to drop and I'm going to switch over to the remote station out in Flamborough and see if you can hear me a little bit better there. VE3RWJ, VA3CJZ. How do you hear me there, Chris?
Full quieting, booming in here from the remote station.
There we go. See, it does come in handy to borrow a friend's equipment or make use of it. Anyway, so very good then. I'm glad you can pick me up better. And I usually use this station to pick up Art, VE3 Kilo Charlie India. I have trouble picking him up on the Diamond X there. So this works great. All right, Chris, anything new and exciting? Do you have any weather-related issues with your coax? I think some people in the wet weather there may need to weatherproof their coax this summer.
No, luckily I haven't had any weather issues. Haven't had any moisture, lightning, wind damage, any of that. Must be down to VE3ISO Lenny, ISS, VE3ISS, who put my last antenna up. And we're hoping to get one up this Sunday, but the weather needs to cooperate. So far, Saturday's looking like a rain out, but Sunday it's going to be cool and cloudy, so that might be possible. But that's about it. And yeah, I missed his name, but the station you usually pick up through the crossband He must be near me because he's usually full quieting out this way, so he must be very close to my spot in the Ancaster here.
Yeah, I believe he's up northeast. Hang on, northwest of the uh, repeater. But yeah, that's Art VE3KCI, and I can never pick him up. So there's something in between us. But I'm glad you're picking me up, and we'll be giving a shout out again on this remote station to see if Art is listening.
Sounds good. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check myself out on the stream later. Back to you. Have a great net. V3RWJ.
Okay, very good, Chris. Thank you very much. VE3RWJ has a lot of noise out there. So we are using the remote station out in Flamborough, and let's see if VE3KCI is around. Art, are you there? Okay, nothing heard on the remote station. Let's do another call out and see if anybody else is out there. I'd like to stop by the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton. Any new check-ins, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Golf Bravo Delta.
Okay, I heard VE3 Golf Bravo Delta. George, good evening, George. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Finally got my LED bulbs in my truck. Painting the you know what. Got her done though. Other than that, not much else to report.
Oh, yeah. Your radio is working well. No issues in the wet weather.
Oh no, this radio? No, my antennas in the garage here. No, they work great. I'm still having issues with the radio in the truck. Still can't figure out how to get it to hit the repeater. I got it on the plus side. I did everything the book said to do. Repeater on 44, like the 443075 is supposed to go to 448075. It just goes 444. I'm crowappled about it. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, George, we were trying to mention there that the setting just below or above that function there for the positive offset, it gives you the offset in numbers, and yours reads 0.60. It should read 5.0. So you have to change that, and you'll be good to go there, George.
Well, I'll check it out again. 5.0. I'm pretty sure I did that and still didn't do anything. I've tried everything, but I'll try it again because I know, when I'm on when I went to the offset, I tried all that. I don't know. I'll try it again, see what happens. I might play with it tonight. Probably more tomorrow.
Well, George, if this if the ZOE repeater frequency is programmed into your radio as one of the channels, then once you make that change, George, you'll have to resave that frequency back into memory again in order for it to work. Unless, of course, you're just operating on straight VFO, and then, that doesn't matter. But yeah, you have to change that from 0.60 to 5.0. And a positive has to be showing, and you'll be good.
Well, I'll check that out. I'll give it a shot. Just gonna write that down on my little notepad here so I remember tomorrow. And yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate that, Chuck.
Okay, George, not a problem. All right, well, let's see if anybody else is out there like to stop by the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is week 1490 that AREG has been on the air on this frequency. I haven't, of course. It was founded by John, VE3JSU, and he's since retired and moved out of town, so we have taken over. We're coming up on 3 years of doing the AREG for him. It is a pleasure. And we are also streaming live on YouTube. If you want to hear yourself back, just put in my call sign in the YouTube search box, VA3CJZ, and look for us live there or under the title AREG Week 1491. So I'm looking for check-ins. Any check-ins, please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, India, Mike, Whiskey.
All right. Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. Mac, good evening, sir. And how are you this evening?
I am fully, I don't know what I'm fully of, but I am certainly less worried about my radio and my antenna than I was a couple of days ago. So everything came back together last night, and I was kind of a little bit nervous about what I was going to come home tonight, and apparently the dampness and rain has not affected anything, so I think we're all good. I'm still going to plan to take the antenna down in the spring and reassess the joints and the cap and all the rest of that stuff to make sure there's no potential for water ingress, and that'll give me a chance to change out my coax to something that has a little bit less line loss. Anyways, I just came back from the ACS net and reminded all the guys out in Toronto that they're more than welcome to jump in with us. You know how that's gone in previous week. The sound of one hand clapping. Anyways, Chuck, I'm here for the duration. What's the topic tonight? Is there a question? And don't keep me on the edge of my seat. You know, this day in history has got to come to the forefront at some point in time. Back to you.
Oh, I know that one. Oh.
Mr. Cotter. Okay, Mr. Cotter, you know the answer, eh?
No, he said he's not sure what he's full of, but I know the answer to that one.
Okay, very good.
Anyway, couldn't resist. Just throwing a bean in the pot there, sir. Pick me up whenever my turn comes around.
Oh, yes, sir. Very good, Paul. I will. We'll just finish up here with Mac. By the way, Mac, great signal. Audio is never as loud as I'd like it, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, tonight's topic would be moisture in your coax connections. Have you experienced any issues with that lately?
No, it doesn't exist. Never happened. It was just a figment of your imagination, and we're going to leave it at that. And I can be full of that. That's all right. It's a job with a future. Anyways, I'm still waiting on Radio World to confirm that they have the special order item coming in for me, and that is the Heil hand mic that goes along with this radio.
Oh, yeah. Heil hand mic. Yeah, I had one for another radio here, and it kind of pooched out, so I have to get a replacement for it there if I can find the mic again and get the serial number off it or the model number. But right on. How much is that going to set you back?
$96 Canadian, which I guess isn't horrible. Because my research into all of this discussion about the the low audio on 7100s. I guess there's one style mic that they sell you with the 7100, and there's another one with the 7300, and the style of the mic, or somehow the 7300 can be configured to run with the 7100, and you're basically swapping out a 198 for a 213 or something like that. So a slightly different mic, and you got to do something with the. You still have to have an adapter cable so that it connects the 8-pin connected to the modular pin connector. So I thought might as well just go deep and get that Heil mic. I've already modified the mic casing on this radio, so there's extra blowholes into the mic element, but it still isn't up to where I think it really needs to be.
Yeah, a little extra ventilation. I hear you. All right, Mac. Well, you sit back, kick back. We'll take some more check-ins and give you on this day. Oh, here's one. You remember Leave It to Beaver? Well, the big brother, his name is, what's his name? Tony Dow. He was born on this day in 1945. So that would make him around, I don't know, close to 80. Yeah, so very good. Born in Hollywood, California. There you go. Just for you.
Very good, very good. And can you just imagine the tremor on media if somebody brought out a program nowadays where the star character was named Beaver Cleaver?
I wouldn't doubt it if there is such a person. We'll have to Google that and see how many come up in the phone book. Oh, yeah, Get Smart was born on this day. Don Adams, born in 1923 in New York City. He died in 2005, by the way. So there you go, Mac. All right, well, let's see if anybody else is out there like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. First, we're going to go to VE3 PDL. He's next on the list, and then we'll take new check-ins. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Chuck. I just came back in from walking the dog, so perfect timing there. Mac and you kept the conversation going on just long enough. Perfect timing, gents. Anyways, not much to add at this point, just listening along, and I don't think I've ever had a problem with moisture in my coax, at least not that I recall. But, that's that. V3 PDL, back over to you, sir.
All right, very good, Paul. Thanks. I was just thinking, whenever I gonna take mine apart again and reconnect them, I'm gonna put some plumber's tape on the threaded portion. So hey, if they if plumbers use it, it's got to be good, right? So we're gonna try that. All right.
Yeah, I've never tried that before, but you never know. It might work just fine.
That's an insulator. What good does that do?
Yeah, you're right. That's why we don't use that.
Yeah. Didn't even think of that, but good one, Mac.
Grandpa Greg's got big fat heat shrink tube, so you make your connection, slide it all over, and then take out your heat gun and sync it all up perfectly tight.
Yeah, they want an arm and a leg for those shrink wrap tubes there. They're not cheap, but that's the way to do it.
Well, if you happen to know somebody that's in the business of sealing up stuff, like Grandpa Greg. He seems to have an endless supply of certain things. So keep those supply chains open.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Will do. Okay. Before we carry on, let's talk about the upcoming Ontario QSO party, which is coming up this weekend. And we have it on contestcalendar.com. And it's split into two different portions. The first will be 1800 Zulu time on April 16th till 0500 Zulu. And then it picks up again the next day, April 17th. Oh, sorry, at 1200 Zulu until 1800 Zulu, April 17th. So, and that's for 2 meters, 6 meter, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. Phone and CW. And there's all kinds of single op, mixed op, multi op, you name it. But yeah, more information on that, just go to contestcalendar.com. And also on the weekend, we've got a bunch of other ones: Michigan QSO Party, um, the Quebec QSO Party, and my favorite, Run for the Bacon QRP contest. And that's the one I'd like Debbie to tell her about.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Okay, somehow I just activated my Amazon Assistant device. So, okay. So let's see if there's anybody else out there who would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Just put my call sign in the YouTube search box and look for us live there. Any new check-ins, please come now.
VA3 OYL.
Run for the bacon.
Sweet.
Good evening, Deb, VA3 OYL.
Good evening. I'm just refreshing my memory on how to work the Nano VNA. I haven't used it in a while, so I forgot. But it's coming back to me.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of people out here that probably have the same problem. Everybody buys one, they play with it, and then they put it away, and then they forget how to use it again.
Yeah. Thank goodness for YouTube University.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, most definitely. It's come in handy on more than one occasion. Just think back in the day when you wanted to know something, you'd have to go to the library and you'd have to sit there and look for your info, or of course you can sign a book out. And but yeah, now it's just point and click.
Yeah, and back then the only source of knowledge was the encyclopedias.
Yes, yes. I forget which one. I had one or two sets that my dad somehow scammed while he was working at the government there. Also brought home a nice wooden desk. That was sweet. I like that desk. I miss that desk actually, but yeah, that's what you had to do. Look in the encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah, speaking of desks, I had a big, huge oak desk when I was living with my brother, and it was my radio desk, and it was solid. It was in the basement, so I didn't have to worry about the weight or anything. I could just pile anything on it, and it was sturdy. I miss that desk, but I don't miss trying to move it anywhere.
Oh yeah, you need a couple of big burly men to move some of that old wood. I used to move. I used to work for movers back when I was in between jobs, I could always call up a company and they'd give me work. But some furniture, man, woo, pretty heavy.
In fact, I think my brother left it with the house when he sold the house.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. We brought up a corner piece of furniture that couldn't come down the stairs, so we ended up hoisting, or sorry, couldn't come up the stairs, or was it down? Either way, it had to come back in after we got it out. So we ended up hoisting it off of the balcony by a rope. Um, and man, that was a pain. And the guy says, "Yeah, just wait till it comes back from the refurbishing. You'll have to do it all over again."
Oh no. Well, this house, I have a king size bed, but when I moved into the house, I needed a new bed, so I was smart and I bought two extra long twin beds, which put them together and it makes a king size bed. It's the only way I could get that big of a bed upstairs. The stairs are narrow and not very high. Well, they're whatever the going width should be. They're fine on the
Yeah,
width. It's just the height. So, and there's a corner, of course. So, yep, yeah, you gotta think ahead when you're moving.
yeah, yeah. Got a question for you, Deb. Do you have any antennas that are subject to moisture in the wet weather, or is everything pretty good? Have you noticed anything, any problems with your equipment?
No, but when I put them up, I seal them up pretty good. Usually with just black tape, but I've been lucky. The antennas I bought usually have some way of uh, protecting where the coax goes in. My wire antenna, I seem to be okay with that. It's hooked up to a balun outside, and yeah, it seems fine. My SWR doesn't seem to fluctuate very much. If it does, I know there's some other problem, which is usually in the house and one of my connectors.
Uh, okay, very good then. All right. Well, we are. It seems for the first time in a long time that we are getting April showers in April. We normally usually get them uh, in May. It's usually muddy. Well, May 2/4 weekend's always muddy and rainy. But this time we're getting April showers in April. So if anybody's just thinking of uh, putting new coax in or setting up an antenna, be sure you weatherproof it. That's for sure. Okay, Deb, we'll get back to you in a little bit, and let's see who else is out there like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, week 1491. Any new check-ins, please come now. Okay, bit of a slow start tonight, but that's okay. Let's go to birthdays today. Thomas Jefferson was born on this day in 1743, and Butch Cassidy, also known as Robert Leroy Parker, American desperado, born in Beaver, Utah, in 1866, and apparently died in 1908. Now, the developer of the radar and radio detection finding in World War II was Robert Watson Watt, and he has a birthday on this day in 1892. Developed radar and radio detection. Born in Scotland, he passed away in 1973. Thomas D'Arcy McGee, Irish Canadian journalist and father of the Confederation, born in Ireland in 1825 on this day, died in 1868. Mr. Woolworth, The founder of F.W. Woolworth Company was born on this day in 1852 and died in 1919. He's from New York. All right, who else we got here? The bassist for Molly Hatchet, Riff West, has a birthday today. Born in 1950, passed away in 2014. Ron Perlman, Beauty and the Beast and other movies, born today, 1950. Keyboardist and songwriter for Blondie, Jimmy Destry, born on this day, 1954. They've got here the song Heart of Glass and Blondie Rapture, born in Brooklyn, New York. And Ricky Schroeder was born on this day in 1970. American actor from Silver Spoons, born in Staten Island, New York. Okay, well, let's see if anybody else is out there would like to join us for the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. This is VA3CJZ. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Any new check-ins, please come now.
Victor Echo 4, Charlie Romeo Golf / VE3.
Okay, and who do we have here?
The VE4 station.
VE4, Charlie Romeo Golf / VE3. I can't look up a name with that.
Oh, no problem. The name is Chris here.
Oh, good evening there, Chris. My name is Chuck, and I'm located here in East Hamilton by the Center Mall. And whereabouts are you?
Just west of City Hall in the Hess Village area.
Oh, okay. We'll put down Hamilton here so that next time we punch that number in, it'll come up. Very good, sir. So, are you on a handheld or you're on a base?
I'm actually on a new FT8100 I just got today from the hamshack.ca website. Just scanning through the frequencies, and I heard the net here and figured I'd check into my first simplex net in Ontario. We had one back in Manitoba, Winnipeg, which I haven't. Back in '96, I checked into that one, but due to my living situation, I was on a homemade J-pole just in the corner of my room. Lots of one-sided conversations on that net, but so far I've picked up everybody on the net here so far, and that's putting quite the smile on my face right now that there's been no. I even picked up the station in Flamborough, which is on the opposite side of my building here as I'm facing Stony Creek. So things are looking pretty good right now.
Oh, very good there, Chris. Well, congratulations and welcome to your first simplex net. Now, you can listen to yourself back on the YouTube live stream. Just put in my call sign, VA3CJZ. In the YouTube search box, and you can look for AREG week 1491, 1491, or look for us live there, and you can move the slider back and forth at the bottom. It's currently 8:33 p.m. if that helps you out there. And yeah, very good. Anything else to add to the net there, Chris?
No, I guess I'll just say, when I first saw the net, it said radio exchange net, and I guess I kind of figured it would be a kind of a swap and shop thing, net things for sale. Turns out to be more of a QSO net. So just going to listen in the background. I'm sort of cleaning up my computer desk and my electronics workbench, and I guess in the opposite form of most things are going pretty good. So I'm going to actually see if there's anybody that I cannot pick up tonight. So far, I picked everybody up very, very nicely. So with that, I'll send it back to the net, and I will be listening in the background. Everybody have a good night. 73 VE4CRG / VE3.
Okay, very good, Chris. Well, welcome to the AREG net. Of course, it stands for Amateur Radio Exchange Group, and we gather here every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. local time and talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So congratulations again and welcome. Okay, well, let's see if anyone else is out there like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ looking for check-ins.
VE3FJJ.
There he is, the Cheesecake Man, VE3FJJ. Good evening, Glenn.
Well, good evening, Chuck, and everybody on frequency. Just thought I'd say hello to everybody.
Yeah, right on, right on. I understand you had a little run-in with someone, and you were cut. How's that healing?
So far so good, but there's days where it feels like it's numb or not. My thumb is numb, but giving it a couple more days. If I still feel that, I'm gonna get it checked out by my doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. So nothing else has happened since then?
Well, I kind of have the I don't know if you want to call it the flu or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay. So you're not very active at the moment. There, you're resting.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not too happy about it, but I guess it happens to people. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. And then once you're over it, well, I guess you can't get it until next year, maybe, like the flu, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, we're just hanging in there, just staying strong. I got to stay positive.
All right, very good. Oh, there we go. All right. So we have a couple of check-ins here on YouTube. Thank you very much, Wade and VE3FNI Sean, checking in through YouTube, and we'll mark those guys down in the logbook. Very good then. As I mentioned before, we are streaming the net live on YouTube. Just put in VA3CJZ and look for us live there. Okay, Flynn, you gonna hang around for a bit there, my friend?
Oh yeah, Chuck, don't worry. I'll be hanging in there, and give me a call on the next round, buddy.
All right, will do. We're still waiting for a few of the regulars to show up there. And let's do another call out and see if anybody else is out there want to stop by the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ looking for your check-in. All right, I did detect a carrier there. Are there any? Is there anyone trying to check in? Please come now.
Yeah, sorry, that was me. I didn't turn on my phantom power there on the mic, though. V3WKG.
All right there, Kevin, VE3WKG. Yeah, I don't know. I've done that a few times myself there. It still happens once in a while. But yeah, good evening, Kevin, and welcome. How are you tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Chuck. Everyone on that? Yeah, not doing too shabby. I like the nice warm weather we've been having. What's it now? 15 degrees. My computer says it is. Cloudy. Ooh. Yeah, just making some KFC chicken in the air fryer. Hey, Brooklyn had one of them things, and she brought it here, and I seen a recipe, and I'm trying it out. It looks good and smells good so far.
Oh yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm always up for different food, different new recipes. Geez, all you got to do is scroll through Facebook there, and you get ideas, and next thing you know, you're in the kitchen.
Yeah, especially after the meds there, yeah, get the good old munchies. But no, it smells good. First time cooking in the air fryer. Looks like it's going to work out good. Smells good.
Yeah, we got one for Christmas there, and I just love it. I just love it. Uh, you can pretty much put anything. I haven't put anything that's got fresh batter on there, but I'm sure you could do it. Um, just clean out the pot after you're done. But yeah, I love that air fryer, man. You don't have to boil oil. It's awesome.
Yeah, I just made some spicy flour and I dipped them in it and let them sit about a half hour on it. Then I made like an egg wash, spicy egg wash. I dip it in the egg and then in the flour. Then I let them sit on a thing and stuck them in there. And I didn't know that it turns, eh? I don't know, first time using it. It's all staying on so far, and it does. It looks like KFC in there.
Oh, right on. So you made a fresh batter?
Yeah, I just made like a spicy flour with all them herbs and spices in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I dipped all the chicken. Metro had chicken thighs on for I got like 9 of them for $7 and something. I thought that was a good deal. So brought them home and dipped them in the flour and then into the egg, then back into the flour and let them sit a little while. Threw them in the air fryer, but this air fryer goes around and around. It flips them around. They rotate it. You don't have to flip them or anything. And I thought it was going to knock all the good spicy stuff off, but no, it's staying on. It's looking like KFC. What is it? I put them in at 823. I think I leave them in 30 to 32 minutes. And it's got a little window I look at, and see them rolling around in there. Oh boy, it smells good in here, I tell you.
Right on. Yeah, like I said, there, whatever can go in there, I put it in there. Oh, and correction, you don't boil oil when you're frying. You try not to boil a pot of oil. That could get very, very dangerous. I meant heat oil. But anyways, right on, Kevin. Any news radio related there? Have you had any luck on the bands?
No, I've been back working all the time and that. Today was the first day off in a little while. Had something else to do, but back to the grind early in the morning. And all next week, making some dough. Haven't really been on the radio much. Haven't even got to try my little QRP thing out. Or then made a few contacts, about 6 contacts, and 2 said it sounded good, and the other 4 said it was unreadable. But I don't know if I sent you a video of Huey recorded me on 80 meters, and it sounded good his way.
Yeah, you did send me a little video there. I saw 2 videos, I do believe. And yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, a little HF radio. It's like a walkie-talkie, but an HF radio. AM, FM, CW, decoder, sideband, everything on it. But I watch a lot of videos. I think on 10 meters of that it sound crappy or wouldn't put out a lot of power anyhow. But yeah, for 80, 40, and 20 meters, 17, and that, it should work all right on there. I don't know. Should be able to go out in the summer and sit at a park and throw a wire in a tree with my 9-to-1 Ballon. I already tried it around here. It's got a good match off it on lots of the bands, so I don't even need a tuner. Should be able to make some contacts. I made contacts from the house with it, battery operated. And I think Carolina or a few different places, and that's with 3 watts battery operated on HF.
Wow, eh? That's good. I know. I've listened here and there the last few days. We've been getting hit with solar storms recently. Another coronal mass ejection happened. What was it? Yesterday, the day before. And so, yeah, hopefully it'll get all cleared up by the weekend there for the Ontario QSO party. That should be interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, Kevin and I, we used to do the rover. Had a lot of fun doing that. Kind of like what the Pote is like, actually. Okay, I'm going to get off here and let you move along. I'm going to go look in the little window and see how the chicken's doing. And I'll be listening along here. Chuck, VE3 WKG.
All right there, Kevin. Of course, you've got a great signal. We're pretty much across the street from one another. Yeah, you must have gotten a really good air fryer there. We don't have a little window, and it doesn't flip it over for us. So good for you, man. Enjoy that. You'll be eating good with that thing. That's for sure. Okay, this is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for your check in. Please come now. Okay, like I mentioned, we have VE3FNI and VA3NCA checking in through the YouTube live stream. And so they're in the logbook. And let's see what else happened on this day here. Not too much. Usually it's the Stanley Cup finals. I've been seeing a lot of on this day in history, the Toronto Maple Leafs losing the cup and the Montreal Canadiens winning the cup more often than not. But anyways, I don't even know who's playing, if the Stanley Cup is on or finished right now. But when I looked up on this day, they give you a lot of Stanley Cup finals tonight. So we have news about the Pony Express. The very first Pony Express reaches Sacramento, California on this day in 1860. I remember seeing an ad that looked for scrawny young boys to do the run on the Pony Express because they were lighter on the horse. The horse could go further. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they were looking for scrawny people. Oh, and get this, in 1926 in Amsterdam, cyclists without a bicycle tax stamp were rounded up in 1926. I wonder what they did with them. I remember as a kid, you needed a little plate on your two-wheel bicycle. And I forget now, I was very young, but me and my dad went and got a license plate for our bicycle so that if a police officer saw us, we wouldn't get hassled. So I think that's about the same kind of thing there. Poor Amsterdam, eh? They have so many bicycles there. The streets are so small for vehicles. Bicycles get around a lot easier. And the very first flight over Mount Everest occurred on this day in 1933. Lord Clydesdale flew over the Mount Everest today, 1933. 1945, a Canadian soldier, Leo Major, his name, single-handedly liberates a Dutch town of Zwolle by fooling Germans into thinking a raid had begun. Single-handedly, good for you. And get this, I've never heard of this before, but in 1946, a gentleman by the name of Eddie Klepp, a white pitcher signed by the defending Negro League champ Cleveland Buckeyes, is barred from a field in Birmingham, Alabama. No whites allowed. Imagine that. And of course, the father of the atomic bomb, Robert Oppenheimer, is accused of being a communist on this day in 1954. Pete Rose, the baseball player, triples for his very first major league base hit back in 1963. Pete Rose hits a triple for his first hit. Wow, good for you. And in 1970, Apollo 13 announces, okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. Those are the exact words. It is not, Houston, we have a problem. It's, okay, Houston, we've had a problem here, as a beach-built oxygen tank explodes en route to the moon. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem. All right, well, that's it for now. Let's see who else is out there like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, looking for check-ins. Please come now. Okay, I'm not sure if Chris is still with us, but let's go to the top of the list and see if VE3RWJ is still with us. Okay, nothing heard. I am going to try and do a call out on the remote station out in Flamborough and see if we can pick up anyone out there. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins. Please come now. Okay, we'll do one more call out. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins. Please come now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go to George, VE3GBD. George, back to you, sir.
Oh, I'm still hanging out here. Just having a beer and rounding up the garbage. Because it is garbage tonight. Other than that, not much to report there, Chuck.
Yeah, right on. So all your antennas are kind of waterproof there. You don't notice any issues after a heavy rain or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely not. Not yet. No, I haven't had any problems with my antennae. But, you know, if I do, I'll just give them a shot of Viagra.
Okay, do a standby there, George. Someone is asking me to call out again on the remote station in Flamborough. So just stand by 1 second there, George. Okay, Max Videodrome. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. How's that? Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for your check-in. Please come now.
3 KCI.
Hey, there he is. VE3 KCI. Art. Just stand by 1 second there, Art. We're going to say goodbye to another gentleman that I was talking to. I was just asked to come here for a second, so I'll be right back there, Art. Just stand by. Okay, George, you got anything else there before I pick up Art up there on the hill?
No, sir. Go ahead, pick up Art. I actually heard you guys, so yeah. Go ahead, pick up Art, and yeah, get her done. It's good.
Okay, very good, George. Thanks very much. Let's go over to Art, VE3KCI.
I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I mean, still a little dizzy at times, but everything's going to take its course.
You know what, Art? You're not the only one. PDL and his daughter up on the mountain got it. Pierre, VE3BMO, and God knows who else there. So it's going around.
No, I mean, after me coming out of the hospital, I'm, I'm still getting better, but I mean, still a little dizzy at times.
No, yeah? Did you break anything? I heard you fell.
Yeah, I fell, and at first I thought I broke my hip, and I called up Lifeline, and I said, I think I broke my hip, but what it was, I had kidney failure. And when I landed down, I shattered my nose.
Oh dear, broke the nose, eh? Well, that's too bad, Art. I've had mine broken more than once, so at least they heal up. Well, everything pretty much heals up. But sorry to hear that, Art. We don't like to break anything at our age, that's for sure. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. Just follow the doctor's orders.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and got rid of the catheter this week and everything else like that, so I'm feeling a little bit better, and my sisters are doing my laundry, and they're buying my groceries and everything else like that, that I'm paying for and everything else like that, so yeah, things are getting a little bit better.
I'm glad to hear, Art, and I'm glad you checked in with us there, my friend. Rick BK was on last week there, but it was after you had said goodnight, so he missed you and kind of filled us in on it there, and we were hoping for the best for you, and here you are this week. So I'm glad you checked in with us there, Art.
And you remember me talking to you last week?
Yes, sir.
I'm still here. I'm still around kicking.
Yeah, you did not mention the nose part, but that's okay. People fall, people break things. There's nothing to be ashamed about. So get well soon, my friend. Careful when you're blowing your nose. I'm sure it hurts. um, so yeah, what have you been doing with yourself there? Anything? Just laying on the couch?
Oh, don't have a couch. I got a easy boy chair, and I eating my meals in smaller quantities. I'm losing weight. Everything is in moderation and everything else like that. So yeah, they got me on a strict diet.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. That's like me. I can't wait to. I have an appointment on the phone with my diabetes nurse. It's been quite some time since I gave blood, and so I'm expecting to get an earful on how bad a shape I'm in, and to cut this out and cut that out, and it's like being scolded, eh? At our age, we're being scolded like little children.
Yeah, just remember that one thing that I told you about that meter that you put on your arm and everything else like that. They have it on television. They're advertising it on there too. So yeah, something to mention that to your doctor, so this way you don't have to worry about going home and checking your glucose all the time. You can just scan it with your cell phone.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I just saw the other night there a commercial on TV about that. The guy just swipes his phone on his arm there. That's pretty cool. Now that I've seen a video, well, the TV commercial. Yeah, we'll definitely discuss that with her there and see if that's feasible. But I mean, if it, you know, it's all about cost, right? I know they try to help out diabetics, but they're not helping out with the eye appointments. Apparently, uh, the eye appointments are not covered anymore. I'll have to call and see what the heck is going on with that. I'm gonna have to call up my optometrist and see if I can get my eyes checked. It's been 2 years now, so maybe three, so or 2.5, anyways. So we'll have to do that too.
Well, I have to go in to see about getting my eye doctor's appointment. They set one up and I couldn't make it for that date. I mean, I see a specialist because I'm going blind in one eye and the other eye is starting to go too. It's a family curse. It's I'm just trying to remember what it's called again. It's where I got optic nerve damage. My mother has it, and my grandmother had it before that, and so on and so on and so on. So I mean, yeah, it's what happens with the eye is eventually that you just go blind or something like that. So they're trying to prevent everything as much as possible.
Yeah, I hear you. Same thing runs in my family on my mother's side. I've also got an eye issue. I've got a lazy eye now. It's more noticeable as I'm older. When I get tired or I've had a couple of drinks, my eye gets lazy and it gets very noticeable. And I had glaucoma a few years back. Had laser surgery to fix that, And so, but we still need glasses, and I do like to get my eyes checked. So we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I know the feeling because they did laser surgery a couple of years ago, and then he came back, did the test on me. He says, "Well, that was a waste of time. It was a waste of money. It just didn't help you any."
Yeah, yeah. All right, there, Art. You gonna stick around for a little bit there? It's 9 p.m. Usually you check in a little earlier and you say goodnight around 9 o'clock. But I really do appreciate you checking in with us, and I hope you check in with us again next week.
Yeah, Roger. I mean, yeah, I'm just about ready for bed, so I figured I'd go and give you a shout first before anything to fill you in on things. So, yeah, I'm going to sign out for the night. B3 KCI going down and down. Talk to you later. Bye for now.
Okay, Art. A pleasure as always, sir. If we hear Rick tonight, we'll tell him we said hi to you and that you're feeling a bit better, and we're all happy for that. You take care of yourself and follow doctor's orders, eat what you're supposed to, and all that good stuff there. It's all for the best. Okay, VE3 Kilo Charlie India on the remote station in Flamborough. We are going to drop and switch back over to the base station here in Hamilton. Okay, just wrapping up with VE3 Kilo Charlie India Art up on the hill with the help of our friend out in Flamborough using the remote station there. This is Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, and we're looking for your check-in. Please come now.
VE3 Lima Delta Zulu.
We got one coming out of the bushes. VE3 Lima Delta Zulu. Larry, good evening, sir. How are you?
Oh, not doing too bad. Just relaxing tonight, Just been doing a lot of nothing, waiting to get back to work, I guess.
Oh, yeah? Kind of a unscheduled holiday or what?
I don't know. I've been working a little bit here and there, and a day here, a day there. And
Oh.
I don't know. The boss is trying to decide what to do, what's going on, I guess. A lot of the contracts don't start for another couple of weeks, and I don't know. He's nitpicking, but whatever. No big deal. Kind of enjoy the time off. Sooner or later, I'll be working my ass off.
Yep, in the blazing heat and sun. Well, if you want to make some extra cash, drive out to Manitoba and see if anybody there wants to put you to work. They're experiencing a blizzard right now, expecting in some places 50, 60 centimeters of snow. They don't call it winter peg for nothing.
Yeah, I haven't seen any videos or photos of any of that yet. So I wonder how much they really got.
Apparently, it's a long-lasting one. I saw a post today on Facebook. Some guy in Utah or Wyoming or one of the states below Canada um, that was experiencing a bunch of snow as well. Now, of course, that's mountain region. It's always different there, but uh, I'm not sure if Alberta's getting it as well. But they did mention Manitoba is getting slammed with a record breaking blizzard. So apparently they shut all the major highways in and out of Winnipeg last night. So I don't know. We'll have to check the news out and see what the latest is.
Oh, yeah, like they say, in like a lion, out like a lamb, or in like a lamb, out like a lion. Oh, well. You never know. It could head this way still.
Yeah, bite your tongue. We'll take the rain. We'll take the rain. I can't believe today I was complaining at around noon. It was only 10 degrees. I'm like, yeah, 21, 22 degrees. Yeah, bull crap. We're not getting that. And then within an hour, it jumped from 10 degrees all the way to 21. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, me and the dog were out in the driveway there. I was working on the trailer, trying to get the lights hooked up. They're old lights. Got rusty and corroded, and it's time to change them, I guess. And we're sitting outside, and yeah, I was wearing a sweater. I had my hoodie on, and I had the dog sweater on there for a little bit because she was laying out with me. And then all of a sudden, he piped up and jumped up and started sticking his nose into the air. And I'm like, what's going on? What do you smell? What do you smell? What's happening? And then all of a sudden, this warm breeze just blew down the driveway. I was like, what? By the time I got to the shed and back, I had to take my sweaters off.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was just after I left your place. Hey, Larry? I left your place. I came home, started cutting up the wood I said I had to chop up. And it was like, holy moly, did it ever get warm? I had to take my hoodie off.
Yep.
Yep, temperature jumped up real quick, real fast. It got really warm. But, yeah. Back to you, Kit.
Yep. So a few other people felt that, eh? I thought that was pretty strange. Just blew in there, like you said, and warmed things up very, very quickly. So that was interesting, to say the least. All right, Larry, thanks for checking in, sir. Much appreciated. You got anything else for us before we move along?
No, we're just not. It's all good here. I'll probably be sitting here listening for a little bit anyways. How many check-ins so far?
Well, without counting myself, plus 2 check-ins from YouTube, we're at 13 right now. You're lucky number 13 there, Larry.
Right on. No, I was just wondering. It didn't sound like there was much going on out there.
Yeah. It feels like a very quiet AREG tonight there. Not as lively, but still, we're still going to go through with it. All right, Larry, thanks a bunch. Let's see if we can get some more check-ins here for tonight's Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, and my station is located here in East Hamilton by the Center Mall. And we're streaming live on YouTube. Just put in my call in the YouTube search box, VA3CJZ, and look for us live there or under the title of AREG Week 1491. Any new check-ins anywhere, please come now.
Not too lively. Well, let me tell you, Victor Alpha 3 November Foxtrot is here.
NFG in the house. Good evening, Steve. How are you?
Good evening there, Chuck, and to all on net. I forgot all about your net there. I went out for a cigarette there after the COVID lockdown net there at 7 o'clock, and I just got in the door now and just realized your net's on there. So there we go. What check-in number am I? Number 12?
Pretty close. Add 2, and you're there. Number 14, Larry Lima Delta Zulu. Just before you, he was 13. You are number 14 there. How late did the lockdown net go there on the ZOE?
I think it went till about 8:12 or just quarter after 8, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Our pad still gets lots of check-ins there, even in the vehicle. So that's good. But yeah, we're just gonna plug away here. Not everybody's cup of tea, I guess, the AREG, but we do have quite a few that stop by and say hi. So how's your system, Steve? Do you have any water issues with your connections?
I might in the mobile. I don't know. It seems when it rains, the little cheap portable Bowfang starts crapping out, it shuts down every time I unkey, and then obviously it boots right back up again. But I think that's something internal there. I think something's not connecting with the antenna. And that Bowfang that I have, it's an old one, and they're epoxied together, so there's no getting that apart at all. So I don't know.
Oh.
We're kind of hoping things might open up. There might be a ham fest or two where I could pick up a cheap mobile for a couple $100 or something, put in the car. I need something. I need something more permanent in the car. But yeah, that's about it. Other than that, yeah, water has no effect here on my home system, so I'm good to go. Rain or shine, snow or hail. So there you go. VA3NFG.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Very good, very good. Except for the mobile, of course. I guess the only other way would be to chop that end off and put a new connector on there and try that. Like you said, they're factory molded on there, some of those, and you just can't take them off.
No, at first, well, I popped the volume dial off, and then you put it down onto the rubber duck mount there, and the knob perfectly fits the mount, so you can tighten it up. So at first it turned like almost a half a turn, so I thought I got it, and for all intents and purposes, it worked for a while until recently. So I tried it again the other day, and it just didn't have any effect on it. So I think it's somewhere internal inside the body of the radio. But hey, what the heck, it was only a $40 Bowfang at the time. So there you go. I do have another one though I can use that I just keep around the house until I get a mobile put in there someday. Hopefully this year, or this summer, or even better, this spring. So there you go.
Yeah. I guess Rick BK, if he stops by tonight, we can ask him if he knows of any swap meets, hamfests, junk in the trunk, stuff like that happening there. I haven't really looked into it, so if he stops in tonight, we'll be sure to ask him. Okay, Steve, thanks for checking in, sir. Great signal as always, great audio. Good job. You're full strength here. As you say, S9 plus plus. Good job. And with that, let's see if we can get in number 15 in there. Check in number 15. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG. We are streaming live on YouTube. Just put in my call sign in the YouTube search box and look for us live there or under the title AREG, week 1491. And so we're looking for your check-ins anywhere, anyone, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
All right, we're bringing them in one at a time. Very good. Larry, VE3LBI, good evening. How are you?
Good, good. A little bit of rain still dripping down out there. Nothing too disastrous. And I looked at the forecast, and maybe we'll get missed by some of those big storms that are coming through.
Yeah, from the radar map, it looks like we're going to get little pockets of rain here and there overnight. But looking at the weather network online, it showed rain every single day for the next 7 weeks. So it's going to be gloomy. It's going to be April showers. But hey, let's get them out of the way. And hopefully this year, instead of getting rain in May, we can get some beautiful sunshine and get the gardens happening.
Yep. Nope, absolutely. I noted this afternoon as I was looking at the lightning strikes, and in the States here, we're getting hit pretty bad by a couple of storms. So anyways, hopefully it'll pass by us. We don't have to worry about all that lightning and stuff. I don't mind the rain, but it's the thunders and more of the lightning, not the thunder, but the lightning that gets a little irritating.
Yeah, for sure. Where is that? There it is. Yeah, cloudy and rainy. Oh well, like I said, it's April and it's to be expected. So okay, Larry. So your system isn't affected with rain uh, on any of your antennas?
I'm sorry. What was my system infected or affected by?
Affected by water. Are your coax connections water free? Do you notice any problems when it rains heavy?
No, no. I've got them all wrapped with that silicone stretchable tape, so there's no water gets into them at all.
Ah, very good, very good. And yeah, well, we do know Mac was having issues there. We're gonna have to get back to him very soon. He's on the list next, I do believe, and see what exactly he's concluded that is going on there. If he's found all his issues or just a one there. So he's back tonight. I know there was a problem with one of his meters that was causing the issue, so that might be the issue. But we'll get to him soon. Anything else there, Larry, before we move along?
Nope, that's it. I'm kind of interested myself because I heard him talking the other night there. We were talking. He said his power had dropped down, so I'm curious to see how he made out with the resolution of that.
Absolutely. Okay, Larry, thanks for checking in, sir. You are check-in number 15. Okay, with that, I will go to VA3IMW. Mac.
Oh, do you still want to talk about power issues and antenna problems? Wouldn't you much rather talk about what just came off the barbecue?
As a matter of fact, I would love to hear um, what exactly happened and if everything is rectified. Mac, if you would, please.
Okay, there you go. So let's see. That was 2 days ago, Monday evening, when Sean F and I checked into Arpad's net. I checked him on reverse, and for some strange reason, I got him with an S3 signal inbound, which was completely unusual. I usually get him somewhere between an S7 and S9, depending on radio conditions. So I immediately started to scramble around. I put my SWR bridge on and tried to figure out what's going on, and I got some really funky numbers off of the meter, and it immediately caused me to do all kinds of worrying and stuff like that. So yes, my my output power and my receive was off on Monday evening after about 7:45, and I figured that it was either a problem with the radio or something that had an effect with moisture, either with the coax or the antenna. However, the X200, I did seal it up fairly well before I put it up. So when I got home last night, I brought in my mobile radio. I tried it through the meter and got some strange readings as well. So I took the meter out of sequence, put the ICOM radio back on in its regular format. Signals all came back to where they should have been. Double checked it with the mobile radio, and everything was working tickety-boo. Do I know what happened? Not exactly. For some reason, my ICOM radio may have gone into some kind of a protect mode, just because of local conditions. I'm not sure. So the forward-looking plan is to take the antenna down in good weather, double check it for any areas where I need to reseal it for potential water ingress. And Larry, I will reach out to you for some help with getting some LMR 400, somewhere between 40 and 50 feet. And I'll replumb the coax for that antenna, and Bob's your uncle. Other than that, everything seems to be working fine as long as you can hear me now.
Oh yeah, absolutely there, Mac. We've got you at looks like full strength over here on 2 meters. And Sean, VE3FNI, is conveying to me on YouTube that you are S9 on the 2 meter over at his location. So good job over there.
Yeah, roger that. And on top of that, last night I was able to receive Grandpa Greg with an S5 signal on 440 on direct. And when we came down to 2 meters, I got him actually on this frequency at 7 S units. So his station out there in Simcoe was doing a good job, and I think you had checked him on the remote station, and you had seen some good results there. Well, I wouldn't expect the even 2 meters to bend over the mountain escarpment from Simcoe, but I've been keeping an ear open to see if he calls in there, but haven't heard anything. Of course, I've been back and forth to the barbecue. Do you want to hear about that now?
Yeah, in a second here, Mac. First, the other night when he was on this frequency, I got him on the remote station in Flamborough at an S10. So if he were to key up tonight while I was on the remote station, I would definitely pick up Grandpa Greg. But he's not there at the moment, so we'll have to do that some other time. But for now, let's see what's on the Barbie. Mac, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I found a deal on some sirloin tip roasts in the last week, and I pulled a little one out of the package tonight and rinsed it off, toweled it dry, gave it a severe coating of coarse pepper and salt, and rolled it around, and I seared it on all 6 sides, wrapped it up in tin foil, and it's currently resting. So while that's happening, I've got a cast iron skillet that's currently soft frying some white onions, so that's going to be a yum get you some. Not sure what the wife is going to put together with that for vegetables, but just beef, salt, and pepper. That seems to be a recipe for success. And I'm starting to salivate just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. Sitting here at the chair, can't go anywhere. Thanks for that, Mac. All righty then. Yeah, we still have to go and fill up our spare propane tank there, and then we'll be good for the season. All right, Mac. Anything else before we move along?
Yeah, I just like I said, I'll be in touch with Larry for. He said he had a line on somewhere to get coax at a slightly lower price than the overpriced market price for LMR 400. And I still got to pop over and pick up that desk mic that he wants to loan me, and swing by Paul's place to pick up a disinfected adapter cable and a dummy load just for fun to test things out and make sure there's nothing else going on. Anyways, that's about it for now. And I'm still here for the duration. I will be back and forth from the kitchen, but I'm sure I'll hear everything that's going on.
All right. Very good, sir. We will live vicariously through you barbecuing tonight. Okay, Mac, thanks a bunch. Before we move down the list, let's see if there's anyone else out there who'd like to stop by and say hi. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is week 1,491 weeks that AREG has been on the air on this frequency. That's almost 29 years. And so we're looking for check-ins from anyone, anywhere. Anyone who would like to stop by and say hi. Any new check-ins, please come now. All right, nothing heard. Let's go to the mountain and say hello to VE3PDL. Paul, are you still there? He turned the volume down again. Well, let's go to Debbie in the West End, VA3OYL.
Yeah, I was very happy today. I looked at my little pots of milkweed and I had a couple sprouts. So they're starting to sprout. So I just let them grow for a while, let the weather warm up a bit, and then I'll transplant them. And hopefully we'll get some nice caterpillars and then some nice butterflies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did that once, and a moth came out after it did its morphing there. And so we were hoping for a butterfly, but it was a moth. So we had to open the door and let it fly away. And yeah, I noticed our tiger lilies are starting to sprout out of the ground. And so once the weather stays nice, well, I'll be out there cleaning up our gardening areas and getting things ready.
Yeah, I started that. I cleaned up some of the leaf material that was around along the fence lines. The dog likes to wander along the fence, and I don't want him to get a tick. And I still have the gardens to clean up. But I like to leave those a little while so all the little critters can do what they have to do and enjoy the leaves and all the stuff as long as they can.
Yeah, I heard ticks are bad this year. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's in Hamilton or not, but I did see somewhere where they said ticks were going to be bad this year. And I saw somebody do a life hack with regards to those. They used some tape and taped up the bottom of their pant leg with the sticky side of the tape facing outwards, and all the ticks, as the person was walking through wherever they were in the backyard or whatever, and picked up a whole bunch of ticks on the sticky tape there. So that was pretty neat.
Oh, okay. Well, the vet I use is in Waterdown, and they say ticks are bad this year. So that would be Burlington, Hamilton area.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, we'll have to do a pat down every night there with our dog when he comes in. So luckily, our property seems to be free or not attaching themselves to the dog, so that's good. Okay, Deb, anything else before we go down the list?
No, I'll just listen along.
Okay, very good then. And with that, let's go to the next person on the list, and that would be Chris, VE4CRG.
V4CRG V3 here. Yeah, I was just in the kitchen. I heard, being from Manitoba, I just thought I'd throw this out there. The VE4WAN has a webcam over Winnipeg. And if I can find it again here, just a quick URL. It's 44.135.10.10/camera.jpg. And that gives you a nice view of over the legislature, and the snow is not too bad right now.
No, okay, very good then. Yeah, some live cams, eh? Um, Listen, your radio is making some funny beeping noises while you're transmitting. Do you know what that might be?
I'm not sure. While you're talking, I'm hearing a little beep boop in the background as well too.
Yep, it's only doing it while you're transmitting. So your radio is intermittently beeping somehow. You may want to check your menu settings for that. Let's see, Chris, if you're still there. How have you been able to hear everyone else that's checked in since we last spoke?
Yeah, I turned it off, turned it on. I'm not hearing any beeping anymore. I don't know if it's gone on my end. Oh, there it is again. There was one station I was having a difficult time hearing, VA3KCI. Other than that, I'm hearing everybody very good, but I'm going to try and figure out what this beeping is because I'm hearing it when the radio is powered off as well. So, yeah, V4CRG V3.
Yeah, make sure you're not damaging the radios there somehow. Check it out. I don't know what that is, but it definitely wasn't there the first time we spoke. Okay, Chris, down by Hess Village. Thank you very much, sir. Let's go all the way to the east end and say hello to VE3FJJ.
Hello, Chuck. We're still here, still kicking it. So.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder where Rick is. AXJ there. I thought I heard him on the ZOE repeater. He must be tired as well. So he just taking her ease.
Yeah, as much as I can, getting bored, but sitting at home. But yeah, just got to stay positive, and soon enough, I should be good to go.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. Geez, when my daughter gets sick, 24 hours later, she's fine. Kids seem to bounce back pretty quick. All right, Flynn, we know you're not a kid anymore, but maybe at heart. Maybe a kid at heart, but we're all getting older, and we got to watch out for those little things and take it easy when we can. All right, VE3FJJ in the east end of Hamilton. The next two are on YouTube. Let's see if there's, okay. Sean, that would be VE3FNI and VA3NCA. Let's see if my neighbor is still with us. VE3WKG cooking away on the air fryer.
Oh yeah, I'm still here listening along. Yeah, everybody's sounding fine. Yeah, that beeping sound sounded familiar. That when Butch got his ticket, that Kenwood radio. Remember I gave him that Kenwood 2-meter radio? I think it was a call button or something. If you hit that, it would keep doing that damn beeping sound. And it was hard to get it off. But yeah, that sounded familiar. Yeah, the chicken came out good. It was just like KFC, like it's supposed to. And I meant to eat only 2 pieces, but I ate 4. Uh-oh. Now I got to get to bed. I got 5 more in there. 32 minutes to do the chicken in there. I don't like stuffing too many. But yeah, that thing worked good. Hey, that's amazing. I got to try some other stuff. Anyhow, that's all I got to say. But yeah, it's still around. Probably be heading off to bed in 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't know if I'll make it to the next round. But I'll just say goodnight to everybody now. And yeah, chicken come out amazing. First time I ever cooked in one of them. And yeah, that stuff, good stuff. I think it crisp is nice. I didn't think it would crisp like that, but it was good, just like KFC. And take her easy, everybody. Have a good night. VE3WKG.
All right, Kevin. Thanks for the tip on how that turned out. We've yet to try that, so maybe we will. And thanks for checking in, Kevin, and sticking around. Much appreciated. You take care, and you should sleep good with a full belly. We'll talk to you again soon, there, my friend. You may want to bring some rain gear with you if you're going to work tomorrow. But anyways, have a good one. VE3WKG. Next on the list is Art. He said good night. Let's go to the East End and say hello to VE3 Lima Delta Zulu.
Hey, how's it going? Yep, still here. Still much not going on, but we'll have to see what tomorrow's like, I guess. Maybe I'll get out and plant some my Canada lilies. Get them in the ground, eh?
Oh, yeah. A little early to put stuff in the ground, don't you think? I would head down to the Barengas on the beach there and watch the people skating by on their inline skates and jogging and all that fun stuff. People watching.
Maybe. See what Diesel wants to do tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's anything like mine is really sociable and he loves to see people, meet people, and their dogs, of course. Loves to make friends. Very sociable. Okay, Larry, very good, sir. We are getting on in time here. It's already 9:36 p.m. Very good then. And the temperature is at 13.5 degrees here outside the CJZ studio. All right, VE3 Lima Delta Zulu. Thank you very much, sir. Let's go up top of the escarpment and check in with Steve, Victor Alpha 3 NFG.
Hey there, Chuck there, everyone on net there. I'm back on the portable. Hopefully you're getting me at some kind of signal. I'm sure you are. And we're just letting the dogs out there do their thing. And that's about it. I'll probably finish this smoke and head back down onto the other radio. So I don't know I don't know what time it is. So is this the 73 round?
No, sir, not yet. Coming up in a little bit, though. So we'll check back on you then for the 7-3 round.
Yeah, okay, all right. I was gonna say I'll be by that time. I'll be back downstairs on the other radio for the 73 round. So that's about it. I don't know if it's raining. It's either just finished raining or it's still raining here. I think it stopped. But yeah, I know. We're not looking good. We're gonna be wet for a couple days, I think. Back over to you, Chuck, VA3 NFG.
Yeah, we're not done with the rain yet. Okay, Steve, we'll come back for the 7-3 round. And I can't tell if it's raining either. But like you said there, it's going to be off and on, actually, all week. So, anyways. All right, next is, excuse me, the next person on the list is Larry, VE3LBI. You still there, Larry? Okay, nothing heard. Well, let's see if anyone else is out there would like to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, and I'm here in the east end of Hamilton, below the escarpment, and we're looking for your check-in. Anyone, anywhere, any check-ins, please come now. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. Those were the words that were spoken, and people repeat that as Houston, we have a problem. It's okay, Houston, we've had a problem here, as an oxygen tank exploded while they were on the way to the moon. A longest doubles ping pong match ends after 101 hours. That's almost a week. That's at least 5 days, or close to it. 1979 on this day was the longest doubles ping pong match. And of course, Russia's in the news here again on this day. 1980, the U.S. and its allies boycott the Summer Olympics in Moscow in protest against Russia's invasion of Afghanistan. Let's see now. They've done Afghanistan, they've done Syria, now they're going after Ukraine again. And so that is going to be very interesting. All right. And in 1983, undefeated middleweight boxer Tony Ayala gets 35 years in prison on a sex assault conviction. 35 years. My goodness. I wonder what country that was in. And in 1987, Portugal signs an agreement to return Macau to China in 1999, but they signed it in 1987. I didn't know Portugal owned Macau, but apparently they did, and they returned it in 1999. And in 1992, there's a 5.5 earthquake in the Netherlands, which is pretty big for over there. They don't get very many earthquakes. And then the Great Chicago Flood was in 1992 on this day. All Chicago's underground tunnels are all flooded out. And finally, in 1994 on this day, asteroid 7373 Takai discovered and named after Star Trek actor George Takai. Lieutenant Sulu, I do believe his name was. 1994, an asteroid named after him. Very nice. Okay, does anyone else out there want to check into the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ, looking for check-in number 16. Any new check-ins, come now. Okay, nothing heard. Where was I here? I had some more announcement to make. I think I mentioned everything I wanted to mention as far as on this day and with birthdays. So let me remind everyone that the Ontario QSO party is this weekend, and it's split into two different portions. It will have a break in between and pick up a few hours later and start up again. And so hopefully this year the conditions will be optimum for the Ontario QSO party. I really enjoy doing that one. I may even use the software for the contest, which I don't do very often, but I just might. This is VA3CJZ with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is week 1,491 weeks that AREG has been on the air, almost 29 years. And so we're looking for your check-ins. Please come now. All right. Anyone have any comments or questions or anything they'd like to talk about or talk to someone else? Please come now.
V4CRG V3.
Yes, sir. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully that beeping stopped now. I believe I traced that down to Indeed. When the first got it, there was no key beeps when I was pushing buttons on the radio. Somehow, button got pushed, and now I'm getting little beeps and boops when I push a button on the front of the radio, and I get that little tone every time it stops scanning, and I had the UHF portion scanning through the frequencies. 443.900, which is VE4WOO in Toronto, was having some action on there, and every time it stopped scanning, it made that tone, and hopefully now that I stopped the scanning, I am not beeping anymore.
Okay, very good. Yeah, no, you are not beeping anymore. and that could be a band edge warning beep. My Yaesu does that as well when it's scanning, but it doesn't do it while I'm transmitting. I thought that was a little weird, but yeah, no, it's not there now, Chris. So you should bone up on the instruction manual and check out all the different things it can do there. That way, you'll be a little bit more familiar with it.
Yeah, it's a front panel key beep. I got to get that off there somehow. That was somehow got on there. All right, just wanted to confirm that was gone as I'm not hearing it anymore. Nobody else should be. Thank you very much. V4CRG V3.
Okay, very good. Yeah, most radios have a function, and it's just simply known as beep or Roger beep. So you may want to look into that. Okay, Chris, good luck with that. And yeah, get familiar with your radio. It takes time, but it has to be done. All right. Well, I guess we'll start the 7-3 round now, a little early, since there's not too much going on, not any new check-ins coming in. So we'll go up to George. Or first of all, number one was Chris, VE3RWJ. Chris, are you still with us? Yeah, Chris has a high noise level there. I had to talk to him on the remote station there. So we'll just go down to George, VE3GBD. George, last call, my friend. All right, looks like we might end the net earlier than expected. Well, let's go and find out what's happening with the barbecue up at Max Place, Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey.
Well, Chuck, if you could package the smell of sauteing onions and the scent of barbecued beef and put it in a HF packet and send it over FT8, you would be the most popular HF propagator in the world.
Yeah, a new form of communication. Never mind SSTV.
Yeah, this would be like slow scan beef. SSB, slow scan beef.
There you go.
Oh, they've already used that one. Sorry. Yeah, we'll have to come up with something else. But yeah, this household smells absolutely delicious. And I don't know if I want to eat it or just go up and roll in it. Because if this was a men's cologne, you'd be the no, don't do that. Because you'd be attracted to, no, that wouldn't be good. Anyways, I also have some nice soft, tender whole wheat rolls and a fresh jar of horseradish. So I'm just yep, I'm ready to dive into that. So barbecued roast beef, soft sauteed white onions, fresh whole wheat rolls, and horseradish. Oh boy. Okay. I'm getting fatter just thinking about it. Anyways, Chuck, a great job. We don't count quantity, we count quality. And what I got to say is that minus one, we've had some pretty excellent quality here tonight. So where the heck is North End Richard? How is he doing?
Well, he is his usual sarcastic self. I think he's doing okay. He probably forgot we were on again. He posts once a day on Facebook to let us know how miserable or how things are going, and yeah, he did that today. I didn't converse with him, but and I also forgot to put an announcement on the AREG Facebook page. for tonight's net. So maybe that's why we're not getting as many check-ins there. So, but yeah, I'm assuming Richard's okay, and BK usually stops in, and a couple other guys. So yeah, it's so nice out. People are probably outside having a walk. It says it's 13.4 degrees. And I just got a red flashing sign on the uh, Weather Network webpage saying strong winds are expected Thursday. Hazards, strong winds gusting up to 70 km. So there you go. We'll let that bend my Antron 99 mast pole a little bit more. And when it gets nice out, we're going to have to swap out that bent pole with a straight one. Winds again, folks, be prepared. You've been warned.
Yeah, Roger that. We heard the all-important announcement tonight from Gary on the ZOE net. So, yeah, strong winds. Yeah, we live in Canada. It will rain. It will do what it needs to do. So, yeah, if all else fails, stick your head out the window and see what it's doing. Anyways, Chuck, yeah, your Antron antenna twisting up a little bit in the wind. So that's a sacrificial lamb for the rest of us. So thanks for making the sacrifice for the rest. Anyways, I'll turn it back to you, and we'll look forward to maybe a few more participants next week. But nonetheless, glad to hear everybody's doing okay, and everybody's sounding really good. So 7-3 is my friend, and we'll turn it back to you. Victor Alpha 3 into Mike Whiskey for ID.
Okay, Mac. Yeah, and it was nice having Art check in with us and let us know he's feeling a little better after that fall he had and the kidney failure. Not a good sign. So hopefully he's taking his meds, eating his vegetables, and on the mend. So thanks again, Mac, for your kind words. And yeah, listen, 15 check-ins is still around the normal amount that we get. So yeah, it's all good. And so we'll say goodnight, Mac, and we'll talk to you again real soon, I'm sure. Don't forget, everyone, garbage night for those of us in the East End here. And with that, not the segue, but let's go to VE3 PDL. Paul, last call. Okay, nothing heard there. Let's go to the West End and say 7-3 to VA3OYL. Debbie.
Yeah, well, Chuck, if you leave your Antron up long enough, you'll be running horizontal with it. Anyway, good net. Thanks for what you do. I hope everyone has a good Easter weekend. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like, but hopefully it'll be halfway warm to get out and enjoy the weather a little bit. So I'll say 7-3 and catch you all next week. Victor Alpha 3, obey your leader.
Okay, Deb, and thanks for the reminder on the Easter Bunny coming to visit us and the little ones on the weekend. We'll be having Easter dinner on Monday this year, and so that works for everyone in the family. And so, yeah, we just waiting for that weather to break and bring us that oppressive heat next. Okay, Deb, thanks again. VA3OYL. Let's go to Chris now at Hess Village and say 7-3. VE4CRG. Chris.
V4CRG V3 here. All right, I found a problem in the instruction manual. It was called the keypad beeper. One of those situations where you hit a wrong button, but it's one of those all features under one button, push one button, dial. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we got that solved. I've been stopping the scan on UHF now, interrupting it with the squelch and no more tone, so we are golden. Very good radio. With that, I'll send it back to Net. Let you close her down. 73. Everybody have a good evening. V4CRG, V3. Back to Net. Take care.
Okay, Chris. Same to you, sir. I'm glad you got that worked out, and yeah, continue having fun with that. And on the weekend, like I mentioned, there'll be I don't know if you have HF capabilities, but there might even be some VHF, UHF contests on the weekend as well. Just go to contest calendar, that's one word, contestcalendar.com, and look at all the contests coming up. You may find something that will interest you. So with that, Chris, have a good night. Hope to catch you again next week. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. VE4CRG. Next is Flynn, VE3FJJ. Flynn, 7-3 round. Okay, nothing heard. We'll say goodnight to Sean, who is listening on YouTube live stream. VE3 Fox November India. He's busy soldering right now, so hopefully he's got that all taken care of. And so maybe we'll hear him or see him on the YouTube live stream next week. Have a good night there, Sean. Same thing with Wade, VA3 November Charlie Alpha. It was on there earlier. 7-3 to you, sir. And next person on the list is my neighbor. I think he said good night. VE3WKG. Are you there, Kevin? Yep. Okay. Next, Art. He said good night. And after that is Larry in the East End, VE3 Lima Delta Zulu.
Oh, not much going on. Same as before. Yeah, I haven't put my garbage out yet, and yeah, I was wondering because it's going to be windy again. Another windy garbage day.
Right.
Last week it was windy. I must have ended up with about 4 more new recycle bins and 1 garbage can. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
That's funny you say that, Larry. There was about 8 blue bins around this one car in front of my property, and I ended up with 2 new blue bins. I waited a full 24 hours after garbage day. Nobody picked them up, and so I made sure to put my address on my bins. So if that happens, we can locate them easily. So thanks for the reminder there, Larry. I already put my bins out. They won't blow away until they're empty, I'm thinking. And so, yeah, we'll have to watch for that. Okay, Larry, thanks again for checking in and sticking around. Much appreciated, sir. You have yourself a great rest of the week.
Happy Easter, and don't eat too much chocolate.
Oh yeah. I'll be pilfering somebody's chocolate, I think. Just a little bit. I'm diabetic. I can't have too much. It's not the chocolate, it's the sugar. All right. Next is Steve. Victor Alpha 3 November Fox Golf. 7-3 round, Steve.
All right. Well, good net there, Chuck. We'll have to come back out next week there for next Wednesday's net for sure. Yeah, just I don't have to wake up early in the morning for work, so that's a bonus. So I either get to stay up and play radio for a while or go to bed anyway. Big decision. Anyway, all right, we'll probably catch you in there in the next day or two somewhere. So we'll say 7-3 to whoever who's left on net, and we'll catch you all next time. Having said that, we'll say VA3NFG will be QRT and standing by somewhere.
Okay, Steve, maybe next week you can get Greg to check in, and I can maybe pick him up on the remote station out in Flamborough there, because 2 nights ago I was getting Greg on there 10 over S9. So I would have been able to put him through on the net tonight, but I did not hear him when I did the call out. So maybe we can arrange that for next week there, Steve. All right, very good then. Okay, well, let's go to Larry, VE3LBI, if you're still there. Last call, Larry. Okay, nothing heard. Well, look at that. It's 10 p.m. on the dot. Well, let's see if there's any last-minute check-ins for tonight's Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ in the east end of Hamilton. Looking for any check-ins anywhere. Please come now. All right, well, it's now time to close this evening's Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Tonight marks week number 1,491 weeks that AREG has been on the air once a week. That's over 28 years, folks, on this frequency. I'd like to thank everyone who participated tonight in this evening's AREG, and I look forward to hearing from you again next week. Until then, stay safe. Have a great rest of the week. This is VA3CJZ saying 7-3 and good night. I'll take a short break and come back here or on the ZOE repeater and maybe chit-chat a little bit more. Thanks, everyone. I had a blast. VA3CJZ now returning the frequency to regular amateur radio use. Thank you and good night.